That's funny.
Yep.
You know DVR, man.
Well, yeah, but that's even more money.
Right. Right.
That's why I cut cable. I haven't had cable in 12 years, 13 years.
Man, I haven't had cable in, oh my goodness. I don't
It's
know
been a
how
while
long.
for me too.
Yeah.
At least 6 or 7.
Yep. But like when you were talking earlier about the like country music and how they throw, you throw in some hip hop and they're not really even saying nothing, but we're gonna call it one genre or another just because of something that they throw in there. I mean, I feel like that also is a reflection of life because, like Nelly and Florida Georgia Line they both just released a song where they collabed together. And I don't know what genre their music would fit into because it doesn't really fit in either genre. And not talking about the quality of the music, just saying the people that listen to country, unlike, 20 years ago, aren't just country listeners anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can listen to Alan Jackson and Jay-Z.
Yep.
And
it's okay.
And it's normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you only listen to country. Why?
Right.
You only listen to rap.
Right.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
And that part of it, I mean, I get that part. I'm not talking about that, but I'm just talking about where country is country, where country music for country music.
Right.
And you listen to the words and, it was an old joke that country music is always about your wife leaving you, dog leaving you, and,
drinking
alcohol. Yeah. But those type of storytelling, like the Conway Twins and the stuff, I mean, they told a story when they sung the country music.
You don't think the country artists are telling stories now? They tell some hell of a stories, man. They be cheeseball stories sometimes, but the way they're crafted, they're so clever in their writing, man. I think that's what I appreciate about country the most.
I've heard of some. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I've heard some country songs that you like, oh, wow, I like, and it's a country song. But I've heard some that is like, is this a country song? Or, and it's not necessarily about the genre.
Mm-hmm.
Is more so is what is it trying to be? Is it trying to be hip? Are they making this just to appeal to hip hop and just to appeal to the kids? Because there's no, as far as substance to the song, there is none. You know what I'm saying? But it's more of a hook and there's no story. It's more of a hook and a little catch, you know what I'm saying? Just a little something to tie the hooks together.
But think about like Taylor Swift, for example. Like Taylor Swift is, I don't know, she might be 30 now. I don't really know, maybe 27, whatever she is. She didn't grow up in the same era that Blake Shelton grew up in.
Right.
So Blake Shelton, and I don't know either of them, obviously, but I would assume that Blake Shelton grew up in an era where it was like old school country, the Dolly Partons and the Alan Jacksons. And, they were telling stories about their tractors breaking and their spouse leaving them and whatever horse they just bought, whatever country music was about. But then you've got someone who's younger, like Taylor Swift, who grew up with pop music on the radio.
Right. And she listened to Jay-Z and Tanya Tucker.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So then she's now learning as a kid, learning how to play the acoustic guitar, and she's learning how to play Dolly Parton, and she's learning how to play Backstreet Boys, and she might even have a little Creed solo thrown in there, and gets in the car and cranks up Nickelback and drives down the road. Like, so then when she starts making music, even if she's trying to stick with country, and I know she's done pop now, so my example might not be good, but so then when she goes to make that country music, she's not just influenced by what Blake Shelton may or may not have been influenced by. She's influenced by multiple genres. So you're going to hear that when like Bryce Vine is an artist that I like. He's an independent artist. He does like a hip hop, like I think people call it like an alternative hip hop maybe now. But I listened to an interview with him on a podcast, and he was like, you know, I don't just like rap or I just don't like rock. He's like, I listen to everything. I feel like when you listen to my music, you can hear everything that I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And I feel like all music is going that way. And that's why we get all these people from different genres featuring each other on songs. That's why Nelly can get on a Florida Georgia Line song, because they both grew up listening to multiple genres. So their sound, even though they stand on different sides of the, you know, mic cable, they still listen to the same music. And so they can get together and blend their genres together. So then back to your topic for tonight, does life imitate art or does art imitate life? That's why I say it's both, because I feel like they bring their life experiences and their life stories and they throw them into an album, and then we hear it and we go, you know what? I'm kind of like that too. I've got a Nelly album and I've got a Florida Georgia Line album, and now I'm going to play them doing music together.
It's more so like going back to like when the 80s, everything kind of sounded the same. And Madonna sounded like Ray Parker Jr. You know, like the records weren't, you know, they weren't different. You didn't know whether Madonna was R&B or pop or rock or whatever the case. Same way you didn't know what the fuck Culture Club was or Wham or any of these other artists. And you just, everything just sounded, Thriller sounds like Madonna's record. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I was saying, man, I wasn't necessarily talking about the genre side of things, because what I'm talking about is